I know that I'm going to repeat myself, but I think that's the way it have to be with the intelligence services. You have to say the same thing again and again a million times, because I've written things that always, like that, or similar to the following thing that I'm going to say, like since 2019. So let me put it very simply. Speaking about like the way that the Israeli died me or painted me throughout all these years, and how terrible they are. At that point, it's just like adding like evil to evil, or whatever, or however you say that proverb. It's just like again, cleaning your hand, like that you, all of you, are not guilty because the Israelis that cool Israelis misguided you all those years. But I've written like extensively on the matter since 2019 or 2020, and you don't need to know almost anything at all to understand the fallacy of this argument. Of course, they are assholes. They are lying assholes, and their state will be destroyed. But everyone that believed them did it because they had interests. And I've reached this conclusion way before I understood so many things about this world. This was one of my first conclusions because it was so evident. It was so evident, and no other conclusion made sense. It was evident that first the Israeli intelligence, once I understood that the Israeli intelligence are following me, that I'm in their target, I understood that they are testing me all those years and they want me to fail, and they are failing me, and they are painting me and like creating movies, fake movies on me, and that the clients of these movies must be foreign intelligence services, and that they believe the movies because they have interest. I didn't understand what the interest. They took me more like a couple of months and years, but all this was evident immediately. It was the easiest thing in the world to actually watch yourself, check yourself, who is this person. And I was never a secretive person, and as I said, I spent a lot of time like in the United States, accumulated more than 7 months, and I've been to many other countries as well. And it was your duty. You, especially the Titans around the world, you depend on me. You took my stuff from me, and you didn't give a shekel, like a cent in return. You only paid the Nazis, and you never even tried to see who is this person. Like, you never cared at all who is this person. You never, and you never suspected that the Israelis are lying, even though they have such, a huge history of not only in general that are liars, and everybody knows that, but also specifically like such a history of subjugation of other species. No, you believe it because you wanted to believe it. And I've already said why. By now it's very simple. Because you wanted to get the stuff, and you knew that if the owner of these things will be the one that is getting the money, he will also be the one that is calling the shot. And you thought to yourself, maybe you will decide that he's not going to give us anything. The Israelis they procure the material, they get the material, they get the money from us, and they shut up. There is no question asked. So it's the best arrangement for everybody. You know that you get the stuff. You need to pay, but it's something fixed for you. You just need to pay and you get the stuff. You don't fear that the person that actually is giving you the thing will start to maybe will resist give it. Maybe he will say that he doesn't want to. Maybe he will set terms of his own. So it's the best. And also the people that actually get the money are scum of the earth, so they will never tell anything to anyone. That's why you believed all those lies through all these years. And the thought that after that I will, by my own volition, sell you more, first sell you more of this, like nothing happened, or task you with anything at all, is a lunacy. It's crazy. I don't know what material are you made of, like the Titans of this earth, but I think that you're all a little bit crazy if you don't understand, what you owe me already, and the evil that you've already done to me. And that you think that, you will now, seduce me with like your horse. There are also horses in Israel. I'm past this stage. I've had this stage already in my life that, I need to fuck horse. But, fortunately, I'm past this stage now. What do you think, that all will be forgotten, like the way that you treated me, or that we will just put it behind us and start new pages, they like to say in Israel, because they are infantile and crazy? No, you have done wrong in tremendous scale, And of course, the Homo sapiens also have done wrong, but they destroyed their world. They already paid, as I've said so many times. I mean, even if like no calamities were upon the earth, no asteroids and no radiation, and you all know that they do. But even if they didn't, I mean, the way that the Israelis treated me, of course, by the allowance of other nations and the management of the Americans in the last 20 years, already cost the world like unimaginable like human lives and money. I mean, this is all evident just by watching the YouTube that I've uploaded during the last couple of months. I could have done all of those experiments 20 years ago. The only thing that was needed for that was not, I mean, what was actually required for mankind. No one asked them like to be good from now on, to change their ethical ways, like in the world scale, or I don't know, to adapt new religion. Nothing at all. We didn't ask you to, I mean, to take your weapons and to make like, I mean, as they say, the Zizaya, to make like plowshares from your weapons. We didn't ask you to disarm your nuclear arsenal. Nothing at all. We only want, I mean, the only thing that you should have done is, I mean, the Homo sapienses, and of course Dyson, is not to torture me. Not to torture me and lie to me. That's all. And by myself, I would have like, conducted the same experiment that you see. And by now, 20 years after that, the world would have been in a place that, I mean, Corona would be, nobody would have known what is Corona, because this, I mean, in the world that, I mean, this alternative world, Corona couldn't even exist. And and countless lives would have spared, and countless human suffering, and of course, quality of living that cannot even be translated in like monetary terms because it's so high. And all this was already taken from you by your own hands, of course, with the execution of the Israelis. But this was already taken from you. You've already lost so much. And I've said it so many times. If the people of this world knew what they've already lost during the last 20 years because the torture and the cruelty of the Israelis, not one government in the West would stand the way it is. I mean, all the government of the West would fall, like and like other governments would arise, because, I mean, there will not be one state that at least in the West that will, that could like stand this kind of like scandal. That, I mean, so much was deprived for you. Already, I've not even speaking about the future. The future is horrible for the earth. But already, so much was taken from you. So much already was taken. So many human lives and so much. A quality of life that is even not translatable to money because it's so much, was already taken from you by the Israelis with your approval, that not one government in the West would stand after such a discovery of the things that already happened. So yeah, it's Homo sapiens will also pay, and they already paid substantially. But for the Titans, I now speak for the Titans, no, we are not putting it behind us. We will not like pretend again, let's do another game. No, the theater must be closed. We will not pretend that you didn't know what's happening. We will not pretend that you did everything without, with like pure heart and the Israeli, the cool Israel misguided. Or no, this kind of pretense will not exist. You have done it because you wanted the stuff, and you didn't want to owe nothing to nobody, and you wanted to pay to the scumbag of the earth, because when you pay to the scumbag of the earth, they don't ask questions and they don't tell anybody, anything. And this will not be like magically forgiven or forgotten. No. That's not how things work. I mean, this is the fantasy of the Israelis. Maybe they like conjure their influence on like the titans of this world, as they've done to their own titans that are completely Israel by their state of mind. Whoever it exists, I don't know, many died, but whoever is still alive. But maybe they exert their influence on you as well. This is a juvenile fantasy of like a juvenile nation, that things will be just, forgotten, and they will start new, like clean slate, and everything, is behind us, and like we start everything from scratch. Start again from scratch. Like in the World of the World, Jeff Wayne, A.G. Wells. No, this is a juvenile fantasy. No, the past will not be magically forgotten or forgiven. No, you have done terrible things to the earth, but specifically to me, and this will not be forgotten, and you will not get this stuff. By like seducing me, because, as I said, there are plenty of horses in Israel. This is not the way. Not through horse, and certainly not through mouths and tongues. I have given my fair share of advices like throughout my life, and like I don't need more advice from you. No mouths and tongues are needed. No, we do not put all those crimes behind us and pretend that it didn't happen. No.